And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. Today is September 16th, 2025. I'm your host, Saint Nick, and we got a great show for y'all today. Wow. Week 2 is officially in the books in the NFL, folks. 2 Monday night games last night. And look, I'm going to try real hard, folks. I'm very much trying real hard not to toot my own horn throughout this entire show. We gave y'all the plays last night. Bucks money line, Chargers money line. We liked the value. It was around plus 220, plus 240. And bing, we hit both of those. We also hit our Monday night bet. Bink. Folks, look, I'm just going to tell it to you straight, all right? We're 2 weeks into the NFL season, and we know exactly what is going on. We can read the season. We can read the media already. We can read Vegas already. So get those wallets and get them ready because we're cashing for the rest of the season, folks. If anybody told you, if you listen to somebody sports-related, whether it's the national media or you got somebody you listen to, and they told you to bet the Raiders yesterday, you can never listen to them again. I'm sorry. It was clear as day, folks. If it was not as clear as day, to bet the Chargers. If you didn't want to swallow the points, okay, I get it. But Chargers money line was one of the most free gifts we've ever seen, folks. Once again, I am racking my mind. I am banging my head against the wall every day. Why are people still not giving credit to Justin Herbert in this Chargers team? I just don't get it. We put the Chargers number 2 in our power rankings heading into this week, folks. We know we can read the season already. But let me digress. We got a great show for y'all today. We break down the 2 games from last night, the 2 games that we called correctly, that we know exactly what we're talking about, and we cash, and we made money, big. We cover those games. There's a few stories we got to get into, some injury news from this last week we got to get all caught up on so we can continue cashing out for the rest of the season. And then also today, it's Tuesday, so we re-update our power rankings. Once again, our power rankings heading into this week, it got a lot of pushback. And what did I do? Did I cower? Did I move everything around? No. I stood 10 toes down. I did a segment where I actually defended all of my power rankings. And once again, our power rankings don't need that much movement heading into this week because we're already so sharp and on top of it. But once again, I digress. I won't toot my own horn anymore, okay? So we got all that today on the show. So let's just jump right into it, folks, with some injury news from this past weekend and some big quarterback news here, folks. First one up, Jayden Daniels, a little banged up, a little shook up. He's dealing with a knee injury that could lead him to missing week 3 versus the Raiders. Now, the Raiders desperately need him to be out so they have a chance to win, but we'll see. Marcus Mariota is the backup if it comes to that, so we'll keep an eye out on Jayden Daniels. If he's ready to go this week, we'll keep an eye out on that. Alrighty, maybe not bigger, but more surprising news. J.J. McCarthy, big injured here and going to definitely miss week 3 against the Bengals and is expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks. J.J. McCarthy out. Now, it was pretty funny when this story broke. A lot of people thought like, oh, wow, he played that bad. They don't want to just bench him. They're like, all right, he's injured. He can't go this week so they can get another quarterback in because his play last week was nothing that great. And I was like, maybe there is some truth to that. Maybe Kevin O'Connell was like, oh, God, we got to do something here. Didn't want to crush his confidence, so yeah, let's just bench you. We'll tell him you're injured, and that'd be fine. And you sit two weeks, just like Bryce Young did, and we get you right back in it, right? But we can see on the tape, and we've heard from Kevin O'Connell that it was potential on this play right here, folks. Late third quarter when the Vikings are down 12-6. We see J.J. McCarthy get taken down by a hip drop tackle. And we know these hip drop tackles, folks, a lot of injuries get caused with these type of tackles. The NFL was potentially going to flag them, and then they didn't follow up with that with that last season, and now this season, this offseason, nobody's talked about hip drop tackles at all, and we get one that may have gotten J.J. McCarthy here. So he gets tackled down, hip drop, his kind of legs, get legs, knees, feet, get, dragged under him. And then on the next play, 3rd and 9, we see J.J. McCarthy going to a wide open Justin Jefferson for the first down, and the ball's just not able to get there. And we know J.J. McCarthy, he's not the one with the strongest arm or anything, but this is a little woof. Like, this is even bad for J.J. McCarthy. Now, if Caleb Williams did this or Geno Smith did this, then we'll be like, oh, we get it. But, so potentially J.J. McCarthy getting injured on the hip drop tackle and then not able to really generate that force needed, because all the power comes from your hips. It comes from your legs driving off, that back foot driving off, and J.J. McCarthy shorted the ball here. So J.J. McCarthy's performance wasn't great, and this came, late third quarter, but this could kind of explain why J.J. McCarthy was as bad as we saw him. So the tape shows he's potentially injured. Kevin O'Connell is saying it, and it's seeming like some sort of knee-leg issue, foot issue, and we'll see how they continue to deal with that and what information gets dropped out of that. So J.J. McCarthy definitely out this week and potentially 2 to 4 weeks. And then the update on Joe Burrow. We know Joe Burrow, god dang, folks, how unfortunate. Joe Burrow, And can I just ask the national media to settle down? They're quick to rush. Oh, this is just like Andrew Luck. Is he going to retire like Andrew Luck? They're already taking action. ESPN was ready to put that on the book, the ESPN sports book. Hey, we got action. Does Joe Burrow retire because of this injury? Yes or no? Yes at plus 350. No at minus 400. ESPN is chomping on the bit to cash in on that. All yesterday, every segment was like, hey, this is like what happened to Andrew Luck. And they were putting up the stats side by side, Joe Burrow and Andrew Luck. And for somehow, I don't even get it, but Joe Burrow's been sacked more than Andrew Luck has, which, woof, if you're a Bengals fan, you definitely don't want to see that stat. So we'll see, does Burrow just end up getting fed up? And we know, look, Joe Burrow, he's got other avenues he can go down. Everybody treats him like a model already. We see his kind of pre-game entrances. He always looks very swaggy, rightfully so. He's a good-looking man. He can dress up very, very well, very nicely. But he could be a model. He could do anything. He can go into television. Andrew Luck's coach in college, or was like the general manager for Stanford or something like that. So Joe Burrow could probably go other avenues than the NFL. So, hey, Bengals front office, you got to get it figured out. That offensive line is atrocious. And Zach Taylor may need to go. Why are we moving off of players first over coaches? That's what I've seen over like the last 5 years. It's like, all right, we get the issue. It's definitely the quarterback. Get him out of here. It's not the coaches or the head coach or the play callers or the general managers. It's the players. Get them out of here. And once again, that just kind of, goes back to what we've been saying for the last few years, is that this is turning more into a head coach slash offensive coordinator type of league instead of a quarterback slash players league. These smart offensive minds, they know better. If you follow the plays, if you follow the scheme, if you follow that, it will work because I am smart and I have outsmarted that defense by my offensive scheme. I can take anybody. Just look at me. I'm Kyle Shanahan. I'm so smart. I can go from Brock Purdy to Mac Jones and still win. Except in the Super Bowl when I don't understand the rules because I'm out drinking with Rick Ross. I will never let it go, folks. I don't care. I'll bring it up every show. It's funny. It should be talked about more. So, real interesting here. Stop moving off of quarterbacks early, all right? All right, start looking inward. Start looking at Brian Daboll. Start potentially looking at Mike McDaniel. I still don't get it. I go back and watch the film, and Tua's not as bad as the Dolphins, one of the biggest, what do they call it, enigmas in the entire NFL. but it may just be time for Mike McDaniel to go. Like, no locker room camaraderie going on over there. We heard that they were changing the culture for the last few years, and now we're 2 weeks in, and players are having players-only meetings to, once again, get all on the same page. So there's just something not working there. Tua, I think, is still fine. I'm not ready to give up on Tua. I know I've been a little quick to judgment on Tua, so I apologize. Where were we going there? Stop getting rid of the players first. Sheesh. But we're back to this. That I don't even know where I was going with that. I do know, but it got like 4 stories deep. I apologize. But let's get back on track. Bengals, Joe Burrow, he's out. So the Bengals end up signing 2 quarterbacks, Mike White and Sean Clifford. So we'll see who they end up going with. Probably going to go with Browning this week. We'll see if Mike White can potentially make it a competition going forward. We know Burrow's out for a very long time, 3 months. But Browning, he was slinging the ball around. He did throw the 3 picks. We do got to watch him a little bit in our film study session. So we'll see if he's going to be the right guy going forward. But Bengals getting a few backups. And I look at this list and I'm like, this is the best y'all could do? NFL QB free agents. Is Ryan Tannehill not why is everybody just overlooking Tannehill? Is he too expensive? Is that what it is? Because Tannehill is the first person I'm calling for this job. Who's a free agency currently? Who's a free agent current? Best quarterbacks. Free agents here. Desmond Ridder, Nate Sudfeld. We had Mike White just picked up. John Wolford, Taylor Heineke, Kyle Trask, Clayton Tune, Dorian Thompson Robinson, Tim Boyle, Bryce Perkins. All right. they are kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel there. Okay, Cincinnati, I see y'all. I mean, I'd probably still. I don't know if I'd go Sean Clifford. I don't mind the Mike White. That's a fine one. I'd probably go like Mike White and Taylor Heineke, or like Mike White and Kyle Trask, I think. I don't know if I go Sean Clifford, but that's who the Bengals went with, and we'll see if they're able to just make it work. Because if this Bengals team loses Joe Burrow and they lose, I mean, yeah, Zach Taylor's got to go. I know he's tried to make this offense work more quickly, more efficiently off the rip by playing them in the preseason games, but and did it work? I mean, you won these 2 games, but Joe Burrow threw no points in the second half of game 1, and then, Joe Burrow obviously goes down game 2, so I don't know. I don't know, folks. Bengals, Zach Taylor. That hot seat is getting hot, I'll tell you. All right, let's keep moving on. That's all the injuries. And we did have one big surprising news, and not really sports related, but sports media related. And it is that First Take host Molly Corum is leaving the company? Leaving ESPN? What the heck? Won't do First Take anymore? Was the moderator the host of the show? So first and foremost, I would like to throw the visor into the ring. If you need somebody to moderate, I would love to do it. If you need somebody to host, I would love to do it. I think I'm qualified. I don't even know, folks. I don't even know. I think I'm good, but who knows? This is the official quote. The president of content at ESPN says, quote, Molly has been an integral part of ESPN since 2006 and a key driver of First Take's success since joining as host a decade ago. She elevated the show with her poise, skill, and professionalism while supporting others as a kind and encouraging teammate. We respect Molly's decision, wish her the best in her future, and thank her for her extraordinary daily commitment to sports fans and ESPN. Wow. Yeah, real surprising. I think that came out of nowhere. I mean, what a job to have, I'll tell you. And, yeah, she was good. I had no problems with Molly Corum as the host, as kind of the moderator between, Stephen A. Smith and everybody else on that show. I thought she did a good job, and it's going to be interesting to see who they bring in to replace her and how the show looks going forward. But she was great. She was good. She was I don't think she was a Joy Taylor, I'll tell you that, where she was just looking to sleep to the top, All right, let's keep moving on here. And I knew I wasn't going crazy. I knew I wasn't going crazy. Now, this is one of the most despicable things I've ever seen. And once again, this just shows, just an overlying theme, folks. I like to point it out every now and then is, business is way out of hand. Capitalism is way out of hand. Nobody can admit that they're wrong. It's all just deflecting and being like, no, I'm actually not wrong. Mark Cuban. No. Steve Ballmer's not wrong, and I'm here to defend him. It's actually Pablo Torre's got it all wrong. The last 7 months of him investigating is actually wrong. We're actually all right. It's always that. It's the deflection. I'm never wrong. We're never wrong. And it showed up this Sunday, the tush push making big time news, and rightfully so. I've got no problem with the tush push, but the fact that it's not officiated properly like every other play, that's the issue and that's the concern. And there was so many blatant spots in that Eagles-Chiefs game of the Eagles false starting on those tush push plays. Now, everybody was posting those plays. Damning evidence. I wasn't like, okay, this can kind of go either way. Bad angle, bad shot. No. This is directly down the line shot. 4K, gotcha. And what does the NFL do? They post copyright strikes, copyright bans all over Twitter. Everybody's videos were getting taken down. This media has been disabled in response to a report by the copyright owner, the NFL. But NFL, this is the internet, baby. Come on now. There's always workarounds. Come on. So here we go. A video of it. This is the videos that they are copyright striking, being taken off the internet because it shows without a doubt that the Eagles were offsides on multiple of these plays. Here we go, folks. It's in slow motion. Look at those two. The two guards are all moving, both of them. The ball's not snapped. The ball snaps now. The ball snaps now, and both guards are literally in front of the center because they moved early. And the NFL's response, it's not to, issue an official statement, be like, we can understand. How hard is this? We can understand the frustration of players and fans watching this game. There was potentially missed calls during tush-push plays, and we will make it our mission from here on forward to make it a priority that not only this play, but all plays are officiated correctly. How hard is it to release that statement? But no, copyright, take the videos down, take the evidence down. Let's get these Monday games going so that everybody can stop talking about it. We can all move on. Let's get week 3 here sooner rather than later so we can all kind of forget about this and move on. But no, of course, nobody would ever do that. Nobody takes responsibility, folks, all right? Even when, potentially maybe sleep with an employee and ruin your family, You don't apologize. You just say, yeah, it was the alcohol. I was drunk. I'm an alcoholic. I'll stop drinking, I guess. So once again, folks, nobody can admit that they did wrong. We know this. So the NFL, man, oh man, don't like to see that. We'll see now, do they hyper-intensify reffing it? What is their response to this? So we'll see this Sunday when the Eagles play. Who do they play? They're going to be tush pushing. We know this. Eagles play the Rams this week. Ooh, I'm liking the Rams. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later, folks. We're not there yet. We go film today. Settle down. But yeah, we'll see how they call it, how they officiate it this week. But they got to fix it. You cannot allow blatant false starts. You just cannot allow it. That's clear as day, offsides, clear as day. So, and it's not just one-off instance. This happens majority of the time on these tush push. That's their advantage. There it is. They're offsides. Yes, they're still good at running it. Even when they're all onsides, they still usually pick it up. Jalen Hurts, still can, squat, 600 pounds and move people and move weight. He can move weight, folks, Jalen Hurts. So we'll see, but this is inexcusable to take the videos down because they make y'all look bad. That's not good. That's not a free society in my book. All right, let's keep moving on. And once again, the NFL, money and greed, folks, money and greed. Not a good look. Once again, another not good look here in the NFL, and we may have to do something at some point. We may have to create a movement out here, folks. A nonviolent. Let me just express that. Okay, nonviolent. Okay, peaceful movement. But Tom Brady making the news, and we all knew this was going to look bad at some point. Tom Brady, being a part owner of the Raiders and also doing the production for Fox Sports. He's in the production meetings. He's around all that. He's around all this kind of sensitive information from the teams. Gets a little peek behind the curtain on some of these teams that he covers. And then we see him smack dab in the middle of the coach's booth last night. There he is. I mean, look at him caught. He's wearing a suit. Why are you wearing a suit? I get your owner, but will you settle down? Like, sheesh. So Tom Brady seems a little cramped in here. Seems a little cramped in the suit in the coach's booth. And then we hear that, Chip Kelly consults with Tom Brady multiple times a week to go over the game plan and film. And that was told to us during the broadcast. So everybody's taking to Twitter and taking to the internet. And I think rightfully so, a little bit of conflict of interest. This is supposed to be competition. This is supposed to be competition at the end of the day where everybody's trying to win. And once again, these owners, the NFL letting it slide, letting Tom Brady be the owner and call the games on Fox Sports, get the behind the curtain peek. It's just not a good look. And once again, piling this up with the other non-good looks, with the whole sports betting and the sport betting partnerships and all that. These players betting on themselves, league investigating it all, is just, it's going to become enough at some point, if it's not to that point already. And if you need it to come to that point, here it is. Once again, what is up with this? What is up with this? Why are we selling our sports to foreign countries? Like, I've got no problem with other countries. Shout out to everybody. But, I mean, this is kind of our thing, The United States, freedom in sports. That's kind of the two things we do over here. In movies, entertainment. But I won't go too deep into that because that may not be us. I don't know. But I thought that was us. Freedom in sports. And now we're like selling off part of our sports to other countries. The United Emirates play-in tournament for the NBA? Or the in-season tournament? Nobody wanted, but they sold part of the NBA? I mean, those are regular season games, folks. Sold that to the United Emirates? And now we get this? Saudi Arabia buying part of the NFL? Tom Brady is coming out of retirement, sort of, to join Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, so current players and retired players, CeeDee Lamb, Max Crosby, Rob Gronkowski, Sauce Gardner, Myles Garrett, and others for the Fanatics Flag Football Classic. Oh, Fanatics. Fanatics. Oh, what a surprise there. A competitive flag football tournament taking place during Rida season in Saudi Arabia on March 21st, 2026. It will be Brady's first football action since retiring 3 years ago. Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, and Kyle Shanahan will be coaching the three teams. So there's that. We get Tom Brady doing this.
Competition like we
the signing of it during like after the game or before the game. I mean,
going to be a global competition.
I just don't get it.
Before
global competition, but with only the predominant American athletes. And yes, not everybody's American. I get it. Everybody's from everywhere, but it's centralized in America. So they're taking all the NFL players. Okay. All right.
Training starts now. And I can't.
My training. This is just. I just don't understand any of them. Well, I get it. It's money. But it's too much, I think.
It is a pleasure to have you in Riyadh, first of all. One of the most popular athletes around the world, a legend. This will be big to Riyadh season and beginning of big relationship, long relationship. And
big, long relationship, big, long money. Oh, this is going to give us money for years to come, decades to come of money. Gotta love it.
We have a lot of surprise. He will announce about it in the future soon.
And Tom Brady's got more surprises about this, but he can't say it yet.
Thank you so much.
Can't say it yet. Thank you very much. So then they go and sign this document. I mean, first of all, when did this even become a thing? I mean, did this just show up overnight? Once again, a little sketchy, if that is the case. I never heard anything about this. But let's go to this. I don't even know what the Rida season is. I would like to see what that is. During the Rida season. If I'm butchering it, I truly apologize. The Rida season is a major festival of culture, entertainment, and sporting events in Saudi Arabia's capital. Okay. It's a sporting event. Okay, I see. I did not know this. I did not know about the Rida season. That's not the Ryder Cup, right? The festival features attractions like the Rida Boulevard, which resembles a mix of Times Square and Universal Studios with its restaurants, rides, and stores. So basically, once a year, they just buy America. They're like, all right, yeah, bring Times Square over. Yeah, bring Times Square, bring NFL, bring the NBA, bring everything good about America over here. We're going to have a festival celebrating it all. Celebrating all the culture that's really not ours. Okay. What else they got? With its restaurants, rides, and stores, as well as cultural events, live music, and more. All part of the larger Saudi Seasons initiative supporting the country's Vision 2023. Recent announcements include hosts of WrestleMania 43 in 2027 and the inaugural flag football event with Tom Brady in 2025. So, alrighty. Duration, the Rida season. 2024 to 2025 runs from October 11th to November 21st. So, I mean, you got a full month of action here. The purpose. Rida season is a flagship event of the broader Saudi Seasons initiative launched in 2019 to promote Saudi Arabia's tourism, culture, and entertainment offerings as part of Vision 2030. All right, I think I like this. I actually think I like this. Yeah. Let's boost our tourism by bringing the entire America over here and having America in Saudi Arabia. That will get them. Yeah, I don't know if I don't mind. I don't think I mind this now, I think. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see how the product is. We'll see how the league is. We'll see how Tom Brady cheats. How does Tom Brady cheat his way through the Saudi Arabia Flag Football League? Does he shorten the flags? Instead of deflating the balls, he's shortening his flag. We'll see. Yeah, but maybe I jumped the gun on this. I think I support this. I think I like this. I would like a ticket. I would like a ticket, please. One ticket, luxury box ticket, and travel. and accommodations. So I'll go. I'll go. Alrighty, let's keep going here. A few more stories here, and then we break down the games. And then we get into our reordering of our power rankings. But, folks, I mean, look, I can't scream it enough. I already tried to scream it at y'all week 1. Y'all didn't listen. But I can't scream it enough. The Rams! The Los Angeles Rams, folks, are one of the best teams in the league. I have them at number 2, and we'll see. Do they climb up to number 1? You have to find out. You have to keep watching for the show. But Matthew Stafford, just look at this man, folks. Look at this throw right here. Steps up in the pocket, and then just a little bit of a no-look flick of the wrist right on the money to Davante Adams. And Davante Adams wasn't wide open. I mean, he's half a step. I mean, he's winning the route, but this isn't wide open. No. This is a tight-ass window moving to the right as he's stepping up in the pocket. But Matthew Stafford's all the back. The Rams are good. It's actually Mac Jones. I know Mac Jones can make this throw too. Okay, I get it. But Matthew Stafford, folks, he's an animal. This Rams team is an animal of a team offensively and defensively, and one of the smartest minds in the game. Give it up for Sean McVay, folks. So y'all can keep sleeping on the Rams. That's fine. I don't know how much louder y'all want me to be. The Rams and the Chargers, folks. Your only 2 takeaways. Rams and the Chargers. Alrighty, why we're also 100% out on the Cardinals. I don't care what they do. I don't care what they look like out on the field. It's always up and down. There's no consistency. There's no urgency. I don't think any of these Cardinals players want to be like great. They're like, okay, yeah, we're football players. Okay. They show up, they clock out, they go home. They don't put in any extra work. We know Kyler Murray doesn't. And it's so apparent here. Marvin Harrison Jr. can be so good, but just watch his effort on this route. I mean, one-on-one fade route, go up and high point the ball. But Marvin Harrison Jr., I mean, we know he's so small. We know short, little, small Marvin Harrison Jr. can't, go up and body a defender because he's so small and short, right? So he just lets the ball come to him. And this is a greatly thrown ball. But he lets the ball come into him. And then it gets knocked out because obviously. And then it's an incomplete ball. But once again, I mean, I get no effort by Marvin Harrison Jr. I get the bonehead Will Levis plays by Kyler Murray. This is not a serious team, folks. I get they're 2-0. I was listening to the national media today, dude, and I think it was on the Pat McAfee show yesterday, and I was screaming. I was screaming when I heard it. But he was like, yeah, everybody should watch out for the Cardinals. Like, that's a good-looking team, and I was just... Oh, I wanted to rip my hair out. What are you talking about? Show me one instance of good and then show me the following play. I bet you it's atrocious. Not a legitimate, contending, serious, complete team. Do not get swindled by the Cardinals, folks. I swear to goodness, if everybody's gushing over the Cardinals and still not giving love to the Rams, I'm going to go insane. All right, and then the last thing before we get into the breakdown of yesterday's game, this is just so funny. It's just so funny to come back to every now and then when Caleb Williams got drafted and had the quote. He called up the kicker, texted the kicker, and said, hey, you're not going to have to punt too much here, bucko. I'm here. Caleb's in town. We're scoring touchdowns, baby. Not going to punt. Well, Tory Taylor has punted 92 times since then, and that's the most in the NFL. So... Caleb Williams, folks. Keep eating him up. Caleb Williams, Kyler Murray, the media's just eating him up. Keep doing it. Too funny, too good. Rams and Chargers, folks. Rams and Chargers. Don't get the misdirection, the sleight of hand, Caleb Williams. No. The sleight of hand, Kyler Murray. No. The sleight of hand of Jaden Daniels. That was a big one. A big, giant sleight of hand there. Rams, Chargers. That's it. That's it. All right. So those were the stories I just wanted to touch upon. But now let's get into the 2 games from last night, and I liked it. I know everybody was mad at it. Oh my God, 10 o'clock. How am I gonna go to work the next day? And that's true. That's true. I feel for that. I feel for y'all. But I didn't mind it. I don't want 2 games going on at the same time. Maybe start one at when did they start? 6 and 10. Maybe start them 6 and 9. Help everybody out a little bit. But I did like the 2 Monday games. I did like it. But let's start here. The first one up, Bucks at Texans, and god dang, baby, Baker, end of the game. I'm about to win it, Maker, baby. Damn, he shows up again, and we got to give a round of applause for him. He's earned it. And I've already, I've bought into this Bucks team. I bought into Baker Mayfield, folks. So this isn't anything new to us. We had him, I think we have him like top 5 in our power rankings heading into the week. Where we had the Bucks? Yeah, number 4. Sheesh. Had him at number 4 heading into this week here, folks. And we saw it again last night. The defense comes out when it needs to. And Baker Mayfield, just an absolute dog. Ends up the game 25 of 38, 65% completion percentage, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Bink. Bop. Bucky Irving, the running game, 17 rushes for 71 yards, and Rachaad White, 2 good running backs, 10 rushes for 65 yards, and he had the game-sealing touchdown at the end of the game. Now, Baker Mayfield comes in through the clutch big time here, folks. Big time. After losing, I think, what was it, 2 people? No, just one person. His right tackle lost him real early on in the game, and we see this stat right here. He was hurried up because of it, and he was still able to get the dub, weather the storm. This was real early on, and still get the dub. Baker Mayfield's average time to throw changed dramatically after right tackle Luke Giodek left the game late in the first quarter against the Texans. Mayfield averaged 3.3 seconds to throw with the right tackle and only had 2.2 seconds to throw without him. So a full second less time to throw, and he's still able to make the throws to win the game. And not only with his arms, but with his legs, because, folks, this is crazy. I thought the game was over right here. 4th and 10. 4th and 10 with 1 minute and 23 left in the game. Bucks down 19-14. This is the final drive of the game. Baker Mayfield drops back to pass. They bring the blitzer right up the middle. He hits Baker Mayfield, but he absorbs it. He steps up, and he's got room to run, baby. He picks up the first down with his legs, took a little bit of a shot, and he was banged up almost all game long. And he's right back into it, right back in the huddle. The up-tempo, no-huddle offense to get up and to once again drive down the field for that game-winning rushing touchdown. So absolutely fantastic, and I got to applaud the clock management during that time, the play calling during that time, because it was kind of genius. There was about 2 times during that drive where I'm like, oh, they got to call the timeout now. This is where I take the timeout. That's what I was saying to myself. Well, I take the timeout now. And they let the clock run. They kept the game going. I was like, ooh, I don't think this is the right decision, but it turned out to be right. They leave like 6 seconds left on the clock, no time to really do anything. I love the play call of running the ball. They had like 2 timeouts. They were at like the 4 or 5 yard line, and they called the run, and they line up for the run. The Texans see it, and I think they were looking for a pass play, so they call the timeout. And the Bucks line up in that same exact formation. I think it's the same exact play because the motion man was the same. And they stuck with it. I mean, that's some balls right there to go for the run play. Obviously, you got the timeout in the clock. You got time to run it. But the fact that they actually did it, the Texans kind of called their bluff, be like, all right, we're going to line up for that then, call the timeout. They go back and run the same play, and the fact that it actually works, I mean, it was great to see. After we've seen some bad clock management the first 2 weeks of the season already, this was nice to see. And this is, I mean, we got to give so much credit, folks. If the Bucks aren't like top 6, this is a real team, complete team, and this is a team that has been together for a while, folks. This is like the same team from Tom Brady. Obviously, the offensive coordinators are a little different because they're always getting, promoted to a head coaching job. But, everything really internally is all the same. And Baker Mayfield was able to kind of transition from that Tom Brady and do it flawlessly, winning the division kind of every year since then. Looking good, coming through in the clutch. I mean, they had to go down for a game-winning drive game 1. So, big time shout out to Baker Mayfield. Big time shout out to this Bucks defense. Shout out to the play calling. There's a lot to gush about here for this Bucks team. So, really, really good game all throughout. The running game was good. The receiving game, Mike Evans, 5 catches, 56 yards. Bucky Irving, 6 catches, 50 yards. We know they're very deep at this kind of pass catching position. Egbuka, 4 catches, 21 yards. He had another touchdown. I also think he had a big-time drop in this game. Cade Otton, the tight end, 3 catches, 25 yards. Miller, 1 catch, 20 yards, touchdown. So a lot of playmakers on this team. Shout out to the head coach, Todd Bowles. Got to give him credit. I was never the biggest fan, but the fact that he's kind of kept his team right, I got to give him credit. I mean, I can't. I'm starting to really gush. I'm starting to really gush about this Bucks team here, folks. All right, and then on the flip side here, we have the Texans. C.J. Stroud, all right, kind of looking like one of these younger quarterbacks out here. 13 of 24. I mean, 54% completion percentage. We cannot put up with that. That's atrocious. 207 yards, 1 touchdown, no pick. Nick Chubb, 12 rushes, 43 yards. It was all right. 1 touchdown. Nico Collins, 9 targets, but only 3 catches. 52 yards. He did have a fantastic touchdown right on the sideline in the end zone. Got the feet down. I mean, we all know Nico Collins is top tier. But other than that, I mean, nobody else really making a name for themselves here in the receiving department. We had Marks, 1 catch for 37 yards. Nick Chubb, 2 catches, 29 yards. Hutchinson, 2 catches, 29 yards. So the offense, it's going to have to kind of figure itself out. It's going to have to start taking that next level because the Texans defense, I mean, fantastic. Big time shout out to DeMeco Ryans. Once again, another great head coach, a great defensive-minded head coach in this league. So shout out to him. But the offense is struggling here, and we've kind of seen that the first 2 games. Now, they have faced great defense. I mean, this has been a very tough, let's not rule out the Texans. I mean, yes, they lost these games, but it has been close against very good defenses. The Rams, week 1. The Rams, Chargers, folks, remember? And then the Bucks defense. So 2 good defenses. We may be able to get some great value this week on the Texans. Maybe some plus points that we can take a part in because optically down 0-2 to start the season. The public perception is that this Texans offense is on the decline. But once again, these defenses are good, very good, cream of the crop to start the season. So bad luck of the draw here by the Texans. Really tough early schedule, but let's not write them off. So Bucks get the win 20-19. Baker Mayfield does it, baby. Alrighty, and then we've got Chargers, Raiders, and this was a no-brainer, folks. No-brainer. I was licking my chops on this game. Chargers get the dub 20-9, and Justin Herbert just continues to Exactly why I'm gushing. There's so much energy on this team, folks. When a play goes good, you see everybody celebrating. From everybody on the sideline to Justin Herbert to the receivers to the backs to the offensive line. This is a true tight-knit team, and that's what a lot of teams are missing. Just that kind of the teammate aspect. We see the Miami Dolphins. There's no leadership over there. Everybody's so quick to point the fingers. Oh, it's Tyreek Hill. Oh, it's Tua. Oh, it's the line. Oh, it's Mike McDaniel. Everybody's mad at somebody. When a play doesn't go right, we see Tyreek Hill. Man, I want out of here. Throwing up his hands. We see this all over the league here, folks. We see Ben Johnson. Fuck. There's another bad throw by We don't see any of that there by the Chargers. Now, we do see the chirping by Harbaugh on penalties, and that's, that you got to have that. You got to have kind of that kind of bark to your bite. Commands respect. And we see it playing out beautifully here with the Chargers. They're winning. They're putting up points. They're throwing the ball deep. Quentin Johnson is catching balls, folks. It's all, folks, I'm telling you, I don't understand why the national media is not gushing all over the Chargers. From week 1 to week 2, he's doing it on the road. He's doing it in other countries. He's doing it against division rivals. He's doing it against the best player in the game. Did you see this nonsense? Fox lists the top 10 players in tonight's Monday Night Football games and has Max Crosby listed at 1 over Justin Herbert? Like, what the fuck is going on? Herbert's having the best start to his season, and you put Max Crosby above him? When will the disrespect end on this Chargers team? This is one of the easiest teams to gush about. Herbert, great kid. You don't see him making a fuss ever. Harbaugh, everybody loves him. I don't get it. It's honestly insane, folks. This Chargers team, they're number 2. They're the second best. Them and the Ravens, they are the best teams in the league. So, Chargers get the dub, 20-9. Justin Herbert, 19 of 27, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Bank. Now, he did fumble the ball twice. So, let's clean that up. We know he's a good runner. We like him running. We want him to run. But let's just protect the ball a little bit. 9 rushes. He was the leading rusher for 31 yards. Najee Harris, 8 rushes, 28 yards. Omarion Hampton, 8 rushes, 24 yards. Once again, solid. 3 yards a rush. We'll take it. But they're not like... This is not this kind of run-heavy team that everybody was kind of expecting it to be. They're truly letting Justin Herbert off the leash, and it's paying dividends, and it's showing the results instantly here, folks. I'm gushing over it. This Chargers team, folks, they are here. They've arrived. Do I have to sound the alarm again? Last call for value? What other button do y'all want me to hit for it to get through your head that this Chargers team is cream of the crop? I think they said today that Justin Herbert's now like 3rd favorites to win the MVP. Bink. Watch out, folks. Watch out and start betting them. Start betting this Chargers team. We're going to be making money. So Herbert, great. Running game, good. Very good. Quentin Johnston catching the ball. 3 catches, 71 yards, 1 touchdown. Had that long, wide open touchdown pass. Beautiful. For the touchdown. I think it was right before halftime. Keenan Allen, all reliable, is back. 5 catches, 61 yards. Ladd McConkey, the 3rd leading receiver. What? 5 catches, 48 yards. And look at those top 3 receivers there, folks. Wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. He's not dinking and dunking. He's not getting, oh my God, he's not getting pressured and then, just check down. Where's my safety blanket? No, he's looking to push the ball down the field. I can't, folks. Oh, I'm gushing. So, Chargers playing very good offensively and Defensively, bink, because Geno Smith looked like he had to start calling some people again. Hey, I know I didn't call back that one time, but please answer. Please pick back up. I'm sorry. Geno Smith, folks. What are we talking about? Stop it. Geno, dude, this is so disgusting. I can't even say it out loud. This stat line is trash, folks. Geno Smith, 24 of 43. 24 of 43. 55% completion percentage. Utter shit. 180 yards on 24 completions. Trash. No touchdowns. Trash. 3 interceptions. What are we talking about, folks? And people were actually betting on this team? Are they out of because they beat the Patriots week 1? This is what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, folks. Because they were getting, 3 points? They needed 11. They needed 11 and a half. That's what they needed. So Geno Smith played like absolute garbage, trying to go over the top, never worked. I mean, this Chargers team was showing like 4 shell top. Like, why are you throwing over that? You can't. You cannot 3 with like 4 people over the top. It's crazy. But Geno Smith tried and tried and tried again. We look at this pass chart, and once again, it makes the numbers look good. This pass chart makes the numbers look good here, folks. Nothing over 10 yards, trash. We get this stat. Geno Smith did not complete any of his 12 pass attempts over 10 yards down the field against the Chargers, throwing 3 interceptions on those passes. Oh, mama. This Chargers defense locking up everything. He became the only quarterback since 2016 to attempt at least 10 down the field passes in a game without a completion. So, the big brain of Tom Brady not really working out. Chip Kelly and Tom Brady can't turn Geno Smith into Patrick Mahomes? Who would have thought that? So, Geno Smith looks atrocious. Ashton Jeanty, he had like 2 good runs that kind of impressed me. Ashton Jeanty, 11 rushes for 43 yards. That was really it. Jacoby Myers, 6 catches, 68 yards. Brock Bowers, 5 catches, 38 yards. Can't get it done. Nobody can score any touchdowns. They had to settle for 3 field goals. But yeah, this Raiders team, I don't know. Yes, they've got a serviceable quarterback in Geno Smith, but this is what we get. This is what we get from him. What did we get by the number 1 player? What did Max Crosby do? Did he have any sacks? He had 1 tackle for loss and no sack. 1 solo tackle, 1 tackle for loss. That was the number 1 player. Okay. Okay. So the Chargers get the win 20-9. Once again, the Geno Smith stat line, 0 of 10, 0 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions on the throws, 10 plus yards down the field. The Chargers were locking up everybody. You love to see it. And then this, ESPN Insights on Twitter, folks. Once again, this Chargers team, cream of the crop. The Chargers joined the Packers as the only teams that have yet to give up a first half touchdown this season. Everybody gushes over the Packers. They're the number 1 team. They're the best defense. And then it's crickets against the Chargers. Okay. So, that was the games last night. Great games. We cashed out on them. You love to hear it. But week 2 is officially wrapped up in the books, which means it's now time to update our power rankings here, folks. We update this every Tuesday based on what happened the previous week. Let me get, I just want to get the schedule up here just so I got it if I need it. Alrighty, but here we go. And this was the top 10. I'm just going to go over the top 10 from last week, heading into this week. And then we will go 32 through 1, reordering who needs to be moved up, who needs to be dropped. We reorder now. So this was our top 10 heading into this week. We had Vikings at 9, Vikings at 10, Packers at 9, Chiefs at 8, Bengals at 7, Bills at 6, Rams at 5, Bucks at 4, Eagles at 3, Chargers at 2, and Ravens at 1. But now let's take it back to number 32 and start reordering our list. And number 32, we got to leave the Saints. They showed us nothing. Once again, a Mac Jones-led, depleted Niners team. They lost by what, 5? Still the worst team in the league. The Panthers, still number 31. I'm fine with keeping them there. Browns at 30. Yes. We can keep them down that low. We have the Titans at 29. Titans at 29. Do we got to move anybody down? No, we can leave the Titans there. I do want to move the Titans up. I'm going to move the Titans over the Bears. Is that crazy? I'm putting the Bears at 29. Move them down. So Bears at 29, Titans at 28. I think we're going to leave that there. Yeah, that seems good. And then I got to drop this team down. We are going to be dropping the Jets down. We had them at 17. A huge disparity from week 1 to week 2. Now we know Justin Fields, concussion, probably missing this week. Not official yet, but in concussion protocol. I'm going to drop the Jets down to number 26. Yeah, we're going to leave that there. Jets at 26. Alrighty, Jets at 27. God dang, Jets at 27. All right, here we go. 26. 26, we are going to be dropping the Raiders down. I dropped the Raiders down to 26. They showed us absolutely nothing. Geno Smith looked worse in week 2. See this team declining, and I don't know if it's going to get any better. We'll see. But I've got the Raiders at 26. All righty, I'm going to move the Giants down. Giants down to 20. Why is this go? This is not doing what I wanted to do, I don't think. Giants at 26. Let's reiterate here. I know I'm saying these wrong numbers every time. Saints at 32. Panthers at 31. Browns at 30. Bears at 29. Titans at 28. Jets at 27. Giants at 26. No, because I had the Raiders. Well, this is great content. I know this probably sounds good listening to. I appreciate y'all still listening, though. Alrighty. Jets at 27. Raiders at 26. Giants at 25. That is that. Giants at 25 here. Once again, the Giants shit in the red zone. Luckily, they've got a good wide receiver quarterback connection in Russell Wilson and Malik Neighbors, because that's the only thing really saving this team from a lower rating. We'll have the Giants at 25. Alrighty, now looking for number 24. Number 24, and I'm going to move the Arizona Cardinals down to number 24. Once again, I mean, yes, they're 2-0. I don't care. I truly don't care that they're 2-0. They've beaten bad teams. They're not going to compete against the good teams, and they almost beat both of those shit teams. Those shit wins. So I got the Cardinals at 24. Alrighty, now 23. 23. We got to move anybody down big bad? No. Alrighty, number 23, we are going to be going the Miami Dolphins at 23. I mean, look, we showed a little glimpse of something but we ended up beefing it. Tua reverted back to not being able to see over the middle of the field, and that was that. And our defense is still shit. So I'll have the Dolphins at 23. Alrighty, 22 now. 22. I'm going to 22 is going to be the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos at 22. And actually, I'm going to switch. I'm going to have the Dolphins ahead of the Broncos. I'm going to have the Dolphins ahead of the Broncos because I don't think Bo Nix gives us anything. I don't think he gives us any good upside. I like Tua's upside more than I like Bo Nix's upside, and that's where I've got him. I know the Broncos defense, they keep telling us it's the best defense in the league. I don't see any of that. So give me the Broncos at 23 and give me the Dolphins at 22. Alrighty, number 21 now. 21. I'm going to move. Who's got to get dropped a little bit here? I'm going to move the Cowboys down to 21. Cowboys down to 21 and move down even more to 22 because I'm putting the Dolphins over them. Once again, I know they won, but it was the ugliest win you'll ever see, and they probably shouldn't have even won the game. So I got the Cowboys here at 22. I got the Dolphins above them. I like Tua over Dak. I like our team over the Cowboys team still, even with one of the worst defenses in the league. Alrighty, now we are at number 20, and I'm going to have the New England Patriots at number 20. They got the win. Drake May looked good, but once again, was that because the Dolphins' defense is so shit? Or is there something here? We'll learn, obviously, a little bit more as the weeks go forward, but I'm going to have the Patriots here at 20 here for now. All right, number 19. I'm going to be going 19. 19, I've got... Yeah, we leave Seattle. We leave Seattle here. This is a nice jump for Seattle. They get the win. I don't want to give them too much credit for the win, so we're going to leave them at 19. And I'm actually... I'm going to leave them at 19. I'm going to leave them at 19. Seahawks at 19. Seahawks at 19. Alrighty. Number 18 now, I am going to go the Niners. Look, you lost Brock Purdy. You were able to still make it out with the win. A little credit, but still, I'm not buying this Niners team as a whole. Once again, they haven't beaten the greatest of competition yet. Let's see what do they got this week? Who they got this week? Big statement game this week. Niners card. I mean, sheesh. All right, we won't learn too much, but they'll be able to win. We'll have Niners at 18. All right, number 17. 17, I am going to have the Detroit Lions. Have the Detroit Lions here. Look, they obviously flashed public perception, putting up the points. Game against their former, offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, looking to make a little bit of a statement, pile on the points. We'll see if they're able to still perform well offensively going forward, but I'm going to have them at 17. You still gave up 28 points to Caleb Williams. I mean, I don't know about that. All righty, number 16. Number 16, and I don't know if I want to drop this team. Number 16. Do I do this? I might have to do this. Number 16, I've got the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, look, 0-2 start, not a good look. Not a good look. The offense, the passing game. Patrick Mahomes missing wide open receivers down the field. I got to drop them low. Here. Chiefs at 16. All righty, number 15. Number 15, we'll have the Jacksonville Jaguar. I want to move them up. I mean, yes, they lost, but I'll keep them at 15. A lot of drops here by the wide receivers. I'm not putting the blame on Trevor. I love the head coach, Cone. Great offensive mind. They're putting up points. It's a great offensive scheme. Watch out for the Jags. I'm going to have them at 15. And this is real close. Actually, you know what? This is what I'm doing. I'm putting the Falcons. I'm dropping the Falcons to 15. I'm keeping the Jags at 14. Keeping the Colts at 13. We'll keep the Texans at 12. The defense is looking very solid, very serviceable. I'm going to leave the Steelers at 12. Once again, that whole botched kickoff ruined the game. This Steelers defense does need to start kind of picking it up defensively. So I will drop the Steelers down to 12. I'll move the Texans up to 11. And actually, I'm moving the Texans into 10. We drop Washington down. We drop the Steelers down. And I'm moving the Colts above them. So this is it right now. Jags at 14. Steelers at 13. Washington at 12. Colts at 11. Texans at 10. All righty. So now we're in the top 10 here, folks. Texans at 10. I'm going to leave the Vikings at 9. This whole J.J. McCarthy injury news. We're going to leave them put. Could be good for them. I got to drop the Bengals down to 8. Once again, Joe Burrow being out, but Jake Browning taking over. We'll give him a little credit for getting the dub. We'll keep the Bengals at 8. I'm going to be dropping the Eagles down. I'm dropping the Eagles down to 7. They're winning games we like, but the offense, Jalen Hurts, I don't even know what 100 yards every game. We know that's him. We know that's the Eagles game. We're going to drop him down to 7 though. I'm going to have I'm going to drop the Bills down to 7. Eagles at 6. Packers at 5. Rams at 4. Bucks at 3. Chargers at 2. Ravens still at 1. I'm liking this list. The only thing I'm kind of scratching my head on is, and actually I'm going to move the Eagles to 5. Packers at 6, Eagles at 5. I'm going to keep the Eagles in front of the Packers still. And my last thing I may want to switch here is Rams and Bucks. Do I go Rams 3, Bucks 4? No. I'm going to keep the Bucks at 3 and the Rams at 4. So this is our official top 10 here, folks. Texans at 10, Vikings at 9, Bengals at 8, Bills at 7, Packers at 6, Eagles at 5, Rams at 4, Bucks at 3, Chargers at 2, and the Ravens still hold that number 1 spot. Alrighty, so, I'm sure I'll get chirped on this list too, but once again, this is exactly how the NFL is. So, if you don't agree with the list, you don't know ball. And that's just how it is, folks. Alrighty, so that is going to do it for us today. I appreciate y'all watching, listening, tuning on in. Why do I have the Bills still why do I have the Ravens over the Bills still? Because the Ravens, once again, they lost the game. Bills won. Shout out. But it took an absolute colossal collapse. Play calling issues, clock management issues. And I know that has nothing to do with the Bills, and they still went and won the game. But they were at home. And it took all those circumstances for them to win the game by 1 point. So yes, still good. But I'm still having the Ravens overall in that game. They were whooping you. And it took for them to take the foot off the gas, for Derrick Henry to fumble, for bad clock and bad situational awareness, for you to win at home. And then we get Josh Allen throwing for like 100 yards last game against the Jets. So, shout out the Bills. Good team. Not as good as the Chargers still, and not as good as the Rams. All right. So, that is going to do it for us today. I truly appreciate y'all listening, tuning in, watching. We've got our film study a little bit later in the day, so tune into that. Everywhere you are still listening and watching to this, it will be on that. Better than the Bucs. I still got the Bucs better than the Bills. The defense, I think, of the Bucs would be able to, be comparable to that Bills offense. And you get Baker and Josh Allen going head to head. I mean, that I would like to see that. I would like to see, because they're kind of the same player. Obviously, Josh Allen a little bit more beefy, a little bit more better overall, but the same kind of attitude, dog mentality, able to take a hit and still able to pick up 10 yards for the first down. So that'd be a great one. But I still have the Bucs. I still got the Rams over them. Still got the Packers over them. But shout out to Josh Allen. Shout out. I hope the nose is feeling better. Truly. All righty. I appreciate y'all listening, tuning in. We're back tomorrow to, what do we do Wednesday? Wednesday, I think we are going to finally make our first look ahead to week 3. So be on the lookout for that. Our first live reactions to lines and all that. We'll break it down tomorrow during the show. And any news that comes out, who's trying to swindle this week? Who's trying to be, who got caught and is trying to be like, no, that's actually not me. It's wrong. We'll find out tomorrow. All righty, folks. Truly appreciate y'all.